you'd almost say they're guaranteed.
We've reached the halfway point of this third match, and you can really sense that there's a different atmosphere in the room right now. I think the energy's gotten a little bit low. It's the midpoint of the day as well, so I think people are a little bit tired, especially if they're starting to bust early. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, it's coming into play. Jonathan Duhamel, who busted on a sick cooler with aces, did admit that he wasn't very disappointed with that bust out, but also admitted that just a few hands earlier did make a bad play because he was feeling tired. He's run deep in both of his matches. He's completed the whole, both of his matches went to the limit, and he admitted to the fact that although busting with aces, seeing those aces, picked his spirits up, but busting with them, it's not the most terrible thing for him. He's gone for a nap. Vanessa Selbst, whom you just saw talk to Tatiana, also admitting that she's very tired and happy to have an hour and a half off. So the sporting element of just trying to survive, and it is a grind. They are playing 5 matches. There's no dinner break. They have about 15 minutes between matches if they make it all the way through. And Jonathan, perfect example. I guess on the other side, Mr. Bendinelli is still collecting chips, and that's pretty impressive after winning both of his matches going to the limit as well. So there is, maybe the youth is coming into to play with Mr. Bendinelli. Not to say that Duhamel and Selbst are old, but they're sort of our age, right?
Well,
so, speaking of which, how are you holding on? I mean,
I'm feeling a little fatigued.
It's the anchor desk grind, right?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. I mean, there's so much at stake up here. It's not. It's all down there. But you can feel the fatigue coming off some of the players. And we were talking earlier about how at the very top levels of this game, so many professional poker players have been employing mindset coaches to help them. The same sort of way sports psychologists would be intervening and helping people play their best at the exact right moments. Because times like this is when fatigue really takes hold. It's not just at the end. It's that lull in the middle that you kind of have to either push through or find a way to deal with in order to be, really properly effective. And I think as well for Giuliano Bendinelli, he's also doing so well.
Right.
I mean, and that does kind of buoy your spirits, and you have to make sure that you save some energy as well for the last 2 matches that are coming up.
Total sense. I think Duhamel does double up on that hand with the aces. I think suddenly business picks up and he does feel refreshed at that point. But again, feeling it. But I really think that maybe rest is needed because matches 4, Canada is not doing. I mean, all the odds makers are wrong right now, and Canada's not doing too well. So they need to pick it up. So maybe a Duhamel break is going to help them out. But they will have to get things into gear. All countries will round 4, and then obviously the crucial round 5, which is coming up in just a few hours.
And this is a different kind of gear change as well. Right. What's really important to realize is that these pros usually are playing sort of one set game for the entire day until they bust. It's not the beginning, middle, and end stages of a tournament over and over and over again. So, when the second match finishes and the third match starts, they have to reset themselves. Blinds go back to the start. It's a full table again. Everything goes back to what it was before. You're playing, at a much bigger table. You're not so short-handed. All of these things kind of play into what they need to be doing in terms of changing gears. And obviously, we have an amazing set of pros here. They are top of their game and top of their countries, so they know exactly what they're doing. We're going to let you guys go back to the commentators now to check it out. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, Kara. Thank you, Eric. Back to the action.
And so now, basically, Kara and Eric talking about it, and I think the last